Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2Y banana seal.
You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
Sorry to the people that this TTT breakdown has been a little delayed. I've been having trouble not crapping my pants the past couple days. Just like Josh Allen's pick counter when he's thinking about playing the Bengals this week. Also, I hope that joke kills on a Bengal versus Bills game level, at least, you know? But it's the Trash Talk Tailgate. I am Riley Puddin Peters. With me, as always, defensive backs, quality control coach at Louisiana Tech University, Dr. Preston Rowe. We are the Trash Talk Tailgate. And we're glad you tuned in for our divisional round dissection. What up, Preston? How you been, bud?
I'm good, man. I'm just glad that we can finally do this because your ass was sick all week.
Yeah, man. I got a bad case of the gas station sushis.
Oh my God. Whose fault is that, Riley? That's your own fault.
I didn't actually eat gas station sushi, people. I'm not that dumb. It was grocery store sushi.
That's just playing Russian roulette at that point.
Yeah, man. Listen, I like to live on the edge.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, speaking of living on the edge, let's get straight to it, man. So this episode, we're here to break down the NFL Divisional playoff round for y'all. We're going to take it in TV order. So just to lay it out for you, we're going to go Jags, Chiefs, Giants, Eagles, Bengals, Bills, and then Cowgirls versus the 49ers. How petty am I that every time I don't write Cowboys, I write Cowgirls? How petty am I? 1 to 10. Put it in the comments, please. Like, subscribe, join the TT train, toot toot, as we roll on into the station of greatness. So let's kick it off hard with the Jags versus Chiefs. Preston, hashtag copious notes, please, sir.
Hashtag copious notes. Okay. So as you guys all know, the Jaguars, they just came back from a 27-0 deficit against the Los Angeles Chargers last week, and they beat them in the wild card round 31-30. They've now won 6 straight games. And so now, including last week, they now score 24.2 points per game. They only allow 21.1 points per game defensively. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they obviously had a bye. Earlier this year, the Chiefs actually beat the Jaguars 27-17 in Week 10. God, dude, this is fucking crazy. The Chiefs score 29.2 points per game, which is number 1 in the NFL, and they only allow 21.7 points per game, which is number 10 in the NFL.
Ooh, I got that as 16.
Oh, well.
Which is not bad. I mean, I will say, from 10 to 16, everyone's separated by tenths of a point.
Yeah,
like it's
true.
Literally like 21.2, 21.3, 21.4.
Yeah.
So it's not like that crazy, but
it's not that crazy. This stat is something that so they score touchdowns in the red zone 69.44% of the time.
Nice.
Which is number 2, which is nice. Which is number 2 in the NFL. And then they allow touchdowns 67.27% of the time, which is 31st in the NFL.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
So
holy shit. No way.
On the flip side of that, the Jaguars in the red zone, they allow touchdowns 59.65% of the time. And if the Jaguars are going to have any chance in this game, dude, they cannot give up touchdowns to Mahomes and the Chiefs in the red zone.
Yeah, they can't. They also gotta hold it tight early.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can't throw 4 interceptions in the first half and expect to come back and win this game.
oh fuck no. There's no
No.
chance. There's just no chance of that. But I mean, so my big comment for this whole thing, well, first, I just got to bring it up. Trevor Lawrence in the post game interview from last game, they were asking about fucking Arrowhead, and he said he can't imagine Arrowhead would be much louder than our stadium, but this time it's going to be on offense instead of defense. And I mean, I love how everyone took that. I mean, it's not like that bad. I mean, that Jacksonville Stadium got pretty fucking loud for that game when they started coming back.
Yeah.
But like, dude, Kansas City fans have taken that like a fucking battle cry, and I love it. It's so fucking funny. It's just like the fucking Giants offensive lineman who graced the cover of last week's episode.
Yep.
This isn't talking about the Vikings fan. Look what happened there. So, you know, it's one of those where I just hope Sunshine can back up the check that his ass wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it really comes down to the Chiefs D. Well, it comes down to the defenses. It comes down to the defenses. Which defense is going to step up for which team? Because we've seen the Chiefs defense kind of get Swiss cheese a couple times. And I mean, as much as Sunshine can't throw 4 picks, you know, a sloppy Kansas City Chiefs first quarter has been pretty deadly for their couple losses. So,
Yeah.
But also there's we talked about this, the momentum of that comeback win for the Jaguars is going to be big. I mean, that's going to be, if you ride that right, that is a tsunami wave that can take you all the way to the Super Bowl. I mean,
Yes.
But the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They had a bye week, so they're fresh. Now, they had a bye week, so they didn't play last week. So, you know, being fresh versus being tuned, all that kind of stuff, you know, you get to see that balance come in play. Andy Reid is an amazing coach. So I imagine he drew up a battle plan for this.
And Riley, speaking of that, do you know what his record is after a bye week?
what is it? I want to know.
27-4.
Yeah, I was about to say. I bet you it's pretty fucking good. He seems like a guy that really knows how to make a bye week fun. You know?
And I mean, he's great at preparation. I mean, he's one of the greatest head coaches in the league. Like, I think he's the second best right now to only to Belichick.
Yeah, Billy Belly. And his jiggly belly. Billy Belly never smiles.
Yes.
But Andy Reid is an amazing coach, and you know he's got a game plan for this week for the past week, and then this week leading up. I just, you know, we'll see. But as always, I'm gonna throw my hat in the sunshine ring. And I might throw my tongue there too if he wins this one. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Wow, the Giants. Fuck me. The Jaguars. He's pontificating.
This one's really hard for me because, like I told you earlier, I think the Jags have a really good chance to win this game. I think that momentum that they got from last week coming back and pulling that game off against the Chargers, I don't think you can overstate how much confidence that gives a team.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, as a team now, you're like, dude, like, we came back 27-0 down in our quarterback's first ever playoff game when he played like shit the whole first half. We can overcome anything. Now, will they overcome a 4-interception first half and 5 turnovers in the first half against this team? No. Yeah. But I do think they can keep it close, but at the end of the day, dude, I can't go against Patrick Mahomes at home.
You can't go against Mahomes at Mahomes.
No, I can't go against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he's Pat, not Rick.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, dude, he's 8-3 in the playoffs in his career. I can't go against Patrick Mahomes at home. So I'm going to take the Chiefs in a very close football game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. This is going to be – I hope this one is a fun one to watch.
And, dude, do you know who I think the X Factor is going to be?
Who you feel?
I think you'll be kind of surprised because I was kind of surprised at the stat, dude. You know who the Chiefs – do you know who one of their leading receivers is?
Who?
Well, obviously, you've got Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's got 110 catches, 1,338 yards, and 12 touchdowns. But everyone knows about Kelce. I was shocked, though, to find that Jerick McKinnon, the running back that they use out of the backfield, has 56 catches for 512 yards and 9 receiving touchdowns.
Ooh.
Like they use him out of the backfield, especially in the red zone. They get him on mismatches with linebackers, and I think that he's going to be a huge part of this game. And then they've just got too many weapons, man. I mean, you've got Juju Smith-Schuster, you've got Isaiah Pacheco. I think he'll probably have a big game. At some point, they're going to need him because he's more of a physical body. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I don't believe he's going to play this game. But they've just got way too many bodies, dude. Yeah. They've just got way too many just guys that can detonate on you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be – I mean, that's the Chiefs are built like that. There's a reason why they had that bye week. And this is going to be a real fucking challenge for the Jaguars. But got to go. I'm just back in the boy sunshine. I am back in the boy sunshine. Actually, we go back and forth all day. I got the Jags. You got the Chiefs. It's going to be a good game, though. That's all we can hope for. All right. So the next game is going to be Giants versus Eagles. And for me, I mean, this one is the David and Goliath of the NFC East. I mean, kind of. That's a good fucking description of the game, though. Because this Eagles team, I mean, Eagles team is scoring 28.1 points a game. That's third in the league. While only allowing 20.2, which I got as 8th in the league. So that's top 10, top 5 in points scoring, top 10 in points allowed. That's pretty impressive. The Giants, 22 flat scoring, that's 14th. And then 21.9 allowed, that is 18th. I mean, if you put those to the numbers, they are just barely winning by a 10th of a point. Their offense is better than their defense. Yeah.
So Riley, I think this game is going to be a great game as well, and I'm really excited for it. The Eagles, both of these teams are on a 1-game winning streak. The Eagles beat the Giants 22-16 in the last game that they played in their last regular season game. I don't know if that really means anything because the Giants rested their starters because they were locked into their playoff spot. Which just to me shows that Brian Daboll is a much better head coach than Brandon Staley. Yeah. Fucking crazy, dude. And the Eagles, they're 2-0 against the Giants this year. They beat them, obviously, 22-16, like I just said. They also beat them 48-22 at New York earlier this year. And Riley, I'm just going to say this. You know this. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row
Yeah.
in the same season. The Eagles are going to try to go for the sweep. Dude, the more I think about it, Jalen Hurts, he's still dealing with that shoulder injury that probably knocked him out of having a real chance to win the MVP this year. I feel like he probably would have won it if he hadn't gotten hurt.
Oh yeah, he had a legit chance to win it if he didn't get hurt.
He had a real chance to win the MVP this year if he hadn't gotten hurt. It honestly, it gives you the Carson Wentz vibes when he got hurt and then Nick Foles went on to win the Super Bowl, because Carson Wentz, he was in the MVP discussion as well that year. But then obviously Nick Foles went on to win them the Super Bowl.
Wait.
They ran the Philly special, which – what?
Are you saying that Gardner Minshew is going to be Nick Foles?
Well, Jalen's supposed to play.
No, I'm just saying. You said he's giving I'm just picking.
Yeah.
But if he does go down, that is – but yeah, it is – I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how he plays Hurts.
So these – I think that just looking at these notes, dude, I think that these are going to be the key stats for the game. So the Eagles on third down offensively, they convert 45.95% of the time. And then in the red zone, they score touchdowns 67.8% of the time. The Giants, on the other hand, defensively, their opponent third down conversion percentage is 35.35% of the time. And then they only allow touchdowns in the red zone 50% of the time. So something's going to have to give. And I think that with Jalen Hurts having that still messed up shoulder, I don't want to say it's messed up, but he's still dealing with it. Honestly, dude, I think the Giants are going to have a great chance. I think they're going to be able to stifle that run game. Because, dude, we talked about it, last week. That defensive front is playing really, really good right now for the Giants.
It's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, if I'm the Giants in this scenario, I'm finding a way to tune that that defensive line play and just keep pressure on Jalen Hurts, because, I mean, when a man's got a sore shoulder, you try to plant him on it. Not that you want to hurt a guy, but listen, this is a game, and any weakness is an exploitation that can be taken.
Yep. And again, Lane Johnson, he's been hurt. He's one of their best offensive linemen. Where I'm not sure if he's going to really play. So the Giants, they're probably going to put Kayvon Thibodeau on their backup for the Eagles and try to create mismatches that way. So honestly, dude, as crazy as it might sound, I know the Eagles are the 1 seed. But, dude, the Giants are healthy. The Eagles have been dealing with some injuries, like I said. I think the Giants go in
and Preston picked against the Eagles last time and lost.
You know what, man?
If you can't beat them, join them,
dude.
And I mean, listen, dude, I'm right there with you. I mean, also, like I said in the last episode in the recap, since they won that one for me, I think I gotta be a Giants fan for the rest of the playoffs. So, I mean, that's the hat I'm putting in. I agree with you on a lot of things here. I mean, the Lane Johnson thing is really important. Kayvon Thibodeau is an absolute menace to have coming off your blind side. And, even Lane Johnson, who's a legend, it's still not a guarantee that he's not going to be a menace. So now you're putting in a backup. Ooh, I'm actually not even sure who it is. But, I mean, that's a real mismatch. And then, I mean, the Eagles do have Jason Kelce at center, who's an amazing player. And I think
Also has an amazing podcast, by the way.
he does, and made an amazing Christmas album.
Yes.
I think the Giants won't have as much success with a lot of the bullshit stunts that they hit in the last game. Like the one with the the roughing the passer that we talked about. Go check our videos on YouTube. But they hit just like a real bullshit delayed X stunt, and it gets home essentially. But like I don't see a lot of that being able to be as successful against the Eagles because they are really good against stunts like that. So we'll see how they play that. I mean, that's going to be a big thing for the Giants and the coaching staff there is how are they going to play stunting and trying to get pressure with those big four.
So I'm just looking at this. Lane Johnson is supposedly going to play today, but again, like, you know, he's not going to be 100%.
What's the injury?
A groin injury. So that's tough to play through.
Fuck, man, that's
tough to play through.
I was sitting there thinking like what like injuries and like how, but the groin, that's like one of the worst ones, man, especially for a left tackle. Like that's gonna affect his flexibility in the hips, like being able to get himself around, which is very important for pass blocking. Oh man. And
dude, if I'm the Giants and Brian Daboll, I just put Kayvon Thibodeau right on him and just see how long he can go.
Because Kayvon Thibodeau, he's really explosive, and like that groin injury. So the one thing that Lane Johnson's got to be careful of in this situation. I mean, I know he knows this. I'm not fucking talking to Lane Johnson. I'm telling all of you people that don't understand. The thing that Lane Johnson is going to be worried about in this game is being stiff in his injury, like in the groin area where he's hurt, because that stiffness is going to make him slow off the jump for pass blocking. And with the players like explosive like Thibodeau, if you're slow off that first step, you've already given him the advantage. He's just got to stay technically sound, use his explosiveness, and he's probably going to get home. And so, you know, we'll get to see what the Eagles like rehab staff, what their chops look like, because they're going to have to keep him warm for this entire game. They're going to have to warm his groin all game.
I mean,
they're gonna have to get in there and really keep that thing warm. I mean, just start a campfire, because it's gonna be rough if it gets cold.
Just going back to what you said, Riley, just from a coaching perspective, and you kind of touched on this. From a pass rush,
on his groin.
From a pass rush situation, you know, and also from a pass blocking situation, the most important thing in terms of getting home and protecting the quarterback on both sides of the ball, dude, you have to have a great first step. You know, from a left tackle's perspective, you know, you have to be able to just have a very quick first kick step.
Yep.
And you, like you said, Kayvon Thibodeau, he's one of the most explosive rushers in the league. So that already puts him at an advantage if Lane Johnson can't have a quick first kick step. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess this also, I mean, Lane Johnson has very, very fast feet. So, I mean, obviously there's a reason why he's a legend, dude. The man's amazing. So he could take a little off and still probably be good. But the Giants, I bet you they blitz very heavy, very early and just wear him out. I mean, if I was the Giants defensive coordinator, that would be my plan. Is just come at Lane Johnson and his groin. I mean, go right for it. And just try to wear it out, man. Just
I mean,
yeah, but overall,
but But Riley, do you know what we didn't talk about that I think will be key as well?
Yeah.
A lot
What's
of
up?
people talk about Jalen Hurts and his ability to run and convert third downs and get huge first downs with his legs. Dude, Daniel Jones
Danny
has been
Dimes.
able to run and scramble. Like he had 78 yards last week when they in their win against Minnesota.
Yeah.
So that's going to be huge as well. And I think if Daniel Jones can get maybe not up to 78, but maybe 45 to 50, I think the Giants have a great chance to win this game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, converting those clutch third downs with your legs in the modern NFL is kind of one of the hallmark things for quarterbacks. Like it's something that's almost necessary for a lot of these really good teams. Like you see a lot of the quarterbacks that are in this playoff right now. It all comes down to how well they can just break it and get a clutch third down with their legs. And Danny Dimes has been about that, man. He's really been about that.
Dude, he's been playing like very, very well.
Yeah, I want to see him break. I bet you wouldn't trip running a fucking touchdown run this season. All right, man. So the next game, this one's gonna be on Sunday. Bengals versus Bills.
This is the game. I mean, they're all going to be great games, but this is the game that I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I hope it's killer.
And shut the fuck up. And Riley, I don't know if you saw this, but I think that this little tidbit that I'm about to tell you is just going to add huge motivation to the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'll tell you what it is. So, Riley, you're aware that if the NFL announced that if the Chiefs and the Bills both advance to the AFC Championship game, it's going to be played in Atlanta. Because they're like, that's fair because of the game cancellation. Cincinnati got absolutely fucked in that scenario. Just that's my opinion, because the Bengals, they had a chance as well. If they would have beat the Bills, they would have been playing. They would have had a chance for the number 1 seed as well, because they already beat the Chiefs earlier this year. So I don't know if you saw this. The NFL has announced as of yesterday that over 50,000 tickets have been sold for the Atlanta potential AFC Championship game. And if you're the Bengals, doesn't that piss you off?
Oh, dude, I'm not even a Bengals fan or player, and I'm like, fuck y'all, dude. Awesome.
And dude, especially Joey B, dude, Joey Burr.
Ooh, Joey Iceberg.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I love watching Joe Burrow play. I love his attitude. I just love how he plays the game. And I get it, Mahomes is great, but I think I would take Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes long term. He just reminds me so much of Brady and how he goes about his business, and I think that's awesome.
So much faster. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding.
I mean,
it's true. But
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and another thing is, Josh Allen's been real fucking sloppy, dude.
He has been.
He's been real sloppy.
He had 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Last week, and they were able to win. But
I mean, just like with the Jaguars, you can't turn it over. You're not going to be able to turn it over like that against this team.
No.
You shouldn't be able to do that against any team, but the Bengals and Joe Burrow will definitely they'll make them pay. Man. I'm feeling the Bengals in this one.
I am too. I mean, another thing to keep in mind, both of these teams have streaked into the playoffs as well. The Bengals have won 9 straight games. The Bills have won 8 straight games. Obviously, one of these teams would have lost had that game not been canceled.
But It
But
wasn't,
dude, like
so
the Bengals were winning 7-3 when that game got canceled. So it wasn't like the Bills were,
winning.
drastically ahead,
Yeah.
I think the Bengals have a great chance in this game. I'm very excited about this game. I think this is going to be the best game out of all of these games, and I think all of them are going to be really good games. But this is the game that I'm most excited for. I think the huge key to this game is, will Josh Allen make a key mistake or make a key turnover? Because I don't think Joe Burrow is going to do that. I trust Joe Burrow more than I trust Josh Allen in a game like this.
Yeah.
And another huge thing I think is just going to be kind of like we talked about with the last game. The Bengals, they score touchdowns in the red zone 66.1% of the time. And the Bills, they allow touchdowns in the red zone. The Bills defense, they allow touchdowns in the red zone 45.28% of the time. I just think, dude, it's so hard because you've got to deal with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. Hayden Hurst has been a great addition for them as well. You know, they've just got so many weapons that you have to deal with. Because even if you try to take away Jamar Chase, like you try to have a safety over the top and trying to take away that side of the field, you've still got T. Higgins one-on-one in the boundary.
Yeah, and I mean, this is my T. Higgins is my X Factor player for this game because
Really?
Yeah, well, because I think you're gonna see Jamar Chase highlighted heavy by the Bills defense because he deserves that. and so I think this is honestly a game for T. Higgins, man. Like if he can play with some fire this game and, come out just on his best, he could really have a big game.
I think, and I'm not saying this is a slight. The one thing I'll say to that is, what is his mindset going to be for this
Well,
game?
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm thinking that's why he's an X factor for me, truly. Is because if he's fucked up mentally, he's probably not going to have a good game. But
Yeah.
if he can use the energy the right way, because there's always, no matter what the energy is, there's always a way to harness it positively. And if he can do that and focus in and I don't know, maybe make the crowd want to chant murder. I don't know how you really turn that. In my head, that's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm gonna do so well that this crowd's gonna start chanting murderer at me. Like some shit, because you got to think about it. Like that's how, I mean, at least in my mind, I guess I'm a fucked up person like that. But like when you think about some negative energy like that and how you're gonna make it positive, it's got to be some dumb shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
and so
He's just like in the pregame, he's just playing "I Got Murder on My Mind" on repeat.
Exactly, man. Like it's
Oh no.
yeah. And listen, all fucked up aside, I'm glad to see DeMar Hamlin coming back, but obviously not coming to the game, but he's out of the hospital, all that. But I mean T. Higgins.
But dude, let's be real. If he played for the Dolphins, he'd be starting this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. He'd be right there in the secondary, patrolling, playing his heart out.
With a ventilator on and everything, dude.
Yeah. But man, yeah. Just Bengals. It's
dude.
Josh Allen. I mean, listen, if Josh Allen can play tight and their defense can hold up, man. I mean, obviously they're one of the better teams in the league right now for a reason. They're second in scoring and they're third in points allowed. Like, they're a great team. They are, and we need to give them their respect.
On paper, I think they're better than the Bengals.
Yeah, on paper,
like just overall.
But the way that Joe Burrow is playing, man, that win streak that they're on has been amazing. It truly has, and they're just a team that's a little different right now. So
Yeah, and I mean, again, I think the key is going to be Josh Allen's thrown 14 interceptions this year. He had 2 of them last week, and he also, lost a fumble. I just, I don't know, man. I think he's just going to make one mistake that's going to wind up costing them. So I've got the Bengals in this game.
all right, man. Last game, we got the Cowgirls versus the 69ers. It's a fucking purdy, dirty Bay day when Dallas comes in to say, hey. Man. And my big thing for this, so if you break down the stats, we're talking about the Cowboys who score 4th in the league at 27.7 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is 19.99 points allowed. Oh, sorry, 19.8 points allowed. They're 5th. But the 49ers, man, they're scoring 27.3. That's 5th, right behind the Cowboys. But their defense, 16.7 points allowed per game. That's 1st. And I think the thing that we're going to see in this game that we didn't see from Tampa Bay is actually overwhelming defense to that Cowboys front. We're going to see how that line can hold up when a defense that is truly structurally sound gets after them. Because Tampa Bay has a great defense, like, on paper, like, the players are great. But this year you've seen some chemistry issues where they've just seemed to leave some holes at times. And you're just not going to see that from this 49ers team.
No.
You can find holes in any defense, but it's not going to be like playing Tampa Bay. Like, Dak's going to have to work for his game. I mean,
I think a huge key to this game. First of all, dude, do you know what the 49ers win streak is going into this game?
No, sir. What is it?
They've won 11 straight games.
Whew. Isn't Purdy 6-0 in that?
I believe so.
I think that's what it is.
I
which is also
so.
fucking crazy. Like, that's ridiculous.
Their last loss was October 23rd to the Kansas City Chiefs. They have not lost a game since October. That is fucking impressive.
Yeah, dude, they haven't lost a game since spooky season. The fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. But I think a big key to this game is I think the 49ers, I think they've got the best roster in football. Just offensively, dude. You think about it, they already had, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, but then they went out and they got fucking Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And, they're going to want to. No, dude. Honestly, if he would have played this whole season in San Francisco, I can make an argument he should have been in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a huge key, I think we all know that San Francisco, they're going to run the ball. And do you know where they're going to run it? If I was Kyle Shanahan, do you know where I would run the ball?
Where are you running the ball, Preston?
I would run it right at Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Because what Micah's instinct is going to be just get off the ball and go hunt the quarterback. But if you run the ball right at him, it's going to make him, have to set the edge, and not – it's going to make him have to think about stopping the run. And it's going to just naturally slow him down so he can't just tee off and go get Brock Purdy. Yeah. So I think that running the ball right at Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, I think they're the 2 best edge rushers in football right now.
Not TJ? He's up there. He's with him.
He is, but Nick Bosa, he led the league in sacks, and Micah Parsons, right. He's just so explosive off the edge.
Yeah,
he's different, dude. I mean,
I will say we got Trent Williams, the silverback, at left tackle for San Francisco. And I think because of, the prowess of Mr. Williams, the silverback himself, in the run game specifically, I think your assessment of running it right at Micah Parsons, I think that's real shit. Let the silverback get his hands on him a couple times, and I bet you he'll think about it.
yeah. I mean, and here's the other thing, dude. So the 49ers, they average 141.2 rush yards per game. That's number 7 in the league. The Cowboys' rush defense, they give up 125.
No way. They give up 125 a game?
Yeah. Which is number 2. Or number 22 in the league. So they're not good at stopping the run. Which, and Riley, you know this. If you can run the ball, especially with a guy like Brock Purdy, who, they're just kind of asking him to kind of be a game manager right now.
Yeah.
But if you can get, if you're not behind the chains, and if you're not in 3rd and long situations, you can just play action on like 2nd and 6.
Yeah.
And you've got, and the defense is going to be so concerned with stopping the run that you're going to have George Kittle, Debo, Brandon Ayuk,
McCaffrey himself in the passing game.
Yeah.
We all know how dangerous it is. And I want to say something. I just got to real quick. That rushing stat, they went up. I think it was like 4 positions in the weeks with Christian McCaffrey. Like that stat,
not surprising,
because the beginning of the season they really didn't have much of a run game. Like that average went up significantly since adding Christian McCaffrey, and that needs to be pointed out because that stat is just a little bit skewed from the terrible beginning of the season that the 49ers had in the rushing game.
Yeah,
the reason that they went out and got him.
Yep, and like I said, dude, like if you can just stay, in front of the chains with a solid run game, it opens up everything with play action over the middle with George Kittle. You can the safeties are going to have to be more concerned with stopping the run and playing in the box. So it's going to open up things deep with Debo and Brandon Ayuk, and then also like another key stat, dude, is just so the Cowboys on the other side, they average 135 yards rushing a game. Number 9 in the league, a little bit worse than the Niners. But, dude, the Niners, they give up less than 80 yards rushing on defense, which is number 2 in the league, dude. So if the Cowboys are going to have a chance, dude, Dak Prescott's going to have another huge game.
Yeah. And I think he's going to face a lot more pressure this game.
He is.
And I think even Cowboy fans will agree, if there's one thing that Dak really doesn't shine is when he's under pressure.
I mean, dude, like the Buccaneers, dude, they didn't get any pressure on him last week.
They really didn't, man. He stayed wide open. And he's a great quarterback when no one's touching him.
Yeah.
But so is
every
Dr.
quarterback's
Preston
great.
Rowe.
Dude, there's a reason that quarterbacks like look so great in fucking 7-on-7. Because they have no pressure.
Yeah.
Like
it changes everything.
It does.
That's why the big boys are important.
But dude, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, that entire San Francisco front 7, they're just gonna go eat, dude. They're gonna go eat. They're gonna go hunt. And I think the Niners end up pulling this game off. I think this game has the potential to be kind of a blowout.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys, let's be real, they have a history of not showing up for games like this.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they should be hot. They should be motivated. They should be fired up because they had a great game last week.
They did.
But so did the 49ers. I mean, like it's it's gonna be a battle. I think this is the one where I'm like home team feels like it has more of an advantage. Even though the Cowboys travel pretty well, it's kind of hard to outpack the 49ers at home. Um, so I mean, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see, but I am also siding with the San Francisco 49ers and Dirty Purdy. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna see how they handle it.
Dude, I'm really excited for this weekend. It should be a great slate of games.
Yeah,
Very, very excited, dude.
I mean, we've got some great quarterbacks. Um, we got some great quarterbacks, some really good defenses. I mean, at this point, we're at the top 8 teams in the league, man. We're getting some of the best of the. It's starting to whittle down. Everyone that's playing is elite. I mean, these are teams and guys that can do the fucking job when the job needs to get done. And so all these games, it comes down to the little things and it comes down to the coaching. And we're really going to see, I mean, we've got some big coaching hurdles for some people to face. We've got injury problems. We've got healthy teams that are both on streaks. So it's gonna be a good set. It's gonna be a good set. I'm excited. I hope all you out there in the TTT universe have enjoyed our divisional round dissection. Tune in post games. Flip side of next week, we're gonna put out a review. In the meantime, like, subscribe, comment, check us out on other platforms. Come and watch us on YouTube. These divisional or these previews, we like to keep them brief and quick, but please join us for the breakdowns, join us for regular episodes. We got video, we got breakdowns. You get to see the Division 1 coach in action. You get to see the armchair fantasy football legend in action. But no matter what, stay sticking around. This has been a great episode, my friend. You got anything to add off the end?
Just shout out to our 2 new subscribers for this week.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we hope to keep this thing rolling. But y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the games. Peace.